Welcome to the Daily Fox Fuel, where we train kingdom-minded creatives, leaders, and builders to become highly skilled craftsmen. Each episode is your spark of strategy, scripture, and straight-up truth to help you walk out your calling with excellence. Now let's get to work. Yo, what's up, Foxes? Hey, listen, I want to hit on the idea of this thought been brewing in my mind all morning long around excellence. It's something that I love. It's a core value of mine, but I want to take it from a different approach because I believe, and I think that excellence truly is spiritual warfare. Now, hear me out. Excellence, you've heard me say this before, excellence is not perfection. Excellence is doing the best with what you have at all times, right? Doing the best that you can with everything that you have. And I think so many people use that in a term, or I guess in a mindset that, well, it's the best I can do, so that's enough. No, it's not about what's enough. It's not about hitting the bare minimum. Excellence is doing the best with what you have, the absolute best, the most, right? It's not about hitting the bare minimum. Being, well, that's the best I can do today. That's excellent. No, it's like, how are you bringing your absolute best and laying it at the feet of God, right? Everything that we do, we are craftsmen in our trades. We do the best. Not a single thing leaves our hands without it knowing with the stamp of approval that this is the best I could do on this project. Boom, move it. Because, and here's why. Here's why I think all this. Mediocrity doesn't just make you look bad. I think we tend to forget that most of the time people aren't looking at us as who we are, that it's a reflection of who we are. It's a reflection of who we stand for. And I think that's a really, really important mindset to have, because the things that we do, especially as believers, especially if we proclaim publicly that we believe in Jesus. If you're listening to this podcast, you're obviously most likely a kingdom builder. You are a leader of some sort, and people know what you stand for and who you stand for. So when you don't operate in excellence, it's not so much about what it makes you look like. What you're doing is you're making the kingdom look small. You're making it look like Christians can't do it, can't stand up for it. Let's see, if I'm a Christian, I'm just going to be halfway. There are so many, sadly, so many people that I interact with that work for churches or work for organizations or work even in the public sector, who call themselves Christians, and their work is mediocre at best. They're not even fulfilling their full salary requirements. They're not even doing the full amount, and yet they're okay with that. And what that reflects upon is not that. Well, it does make them look bad, but ultimately, it's making like what who we stand for, who we represent, look bad. And my mom used to tell me that all the time growing up. She would always say, Michael, make sure that the way you act in public represents who Howards really are. You're representing us as a family. And that goes so true to us as Christians. Who I represent, the things that I'm doing in public, and the things I'm even doing in private, are the things that are representative of our Father in heaven. So, what are you doing that's representing? Are you representing him well, or are you representing him terribly? When we cut corners, we deliver, and when we deliver halfway and settle for good enough, where we are enforcing the lie that God's people can't operate at the highest level. And that's what's really sad. That's what's hard. But when we choose excellence, we choose to do our best. We are in essence pushing against that lie. We are reflecting God's glory. We are declaring that what we put our hands to matters. Paul said it pretty clear in Colossians. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. What we're doing is not for this world. Keep that and hold that. Excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better. It's not just one big moment. It's a lifestyle. It's how we live. It's in the little things. I have friends who I'll be out with in public. We'll, go to Disney and we'll be walking at the mall, whatever. And there's like a little gum wrapper on the floor, and I'll reach down, pick it up, throw it away. And they're just like baffled. They're just like, what? Why would you do that? Why do you do that? Why wouldn't I do that? First of all, I'm not above picking up trash. Second of all, this world is beautiful. Why are we trashing it? Third of all, everything I'm going to do, I'm doing it for the Lord. I'm going to take care of the things around me. I'm going to do it with excellence. So where have you been tolerating good enough? Maybe in your craft, in your leadership, in your obedience. And I want you to ask yourself, what would it look like if you raised the standard today? What are some of the areas you've been cutting corners? Maybe it's your attitude, maybe it's your being, maybe it's your words, maybe it's your health. Where is that? And just raise the standard today. You can do it. I promise you can do it. It's just, are you willing to choose it? So take one thing, big or small, today. Take action today, big or small. And I want you to deliver it with such excellence that it completely shifts the atmosphere. Because excellence is not extra. Trust me, it's warfare. Hey crew, before you jet, make sure you share this episode with a friend and leave us a rating. Thanks for tuning in today. And remember, stay foxy.